Hello everybody, welcome to another devlog for my game Forest Folk, a game about living in a forest and coexisting with nature. I'd also like to mention quickly that I've just released my new album, Please Take Care, which I think you'll like if you've enjoyed the game's soundtrack. It's been playing in the background of these videos. Links in the description. This month I've mostly been deep in a number of spreadsheets, so there isn't a ton to show, but I'm going to talk a bit about my plans for the herbal mixing system that will be a big part of the game's progression. Without revealing too much, the story of the game will involve your traveling partner's growing illness, and he'll be asking you to make him various herbal remedies throughout the game. At first he'll just want single ingredients, but eventually he'll require more complex mixtures that achieve a certain purpose. This will lead you to making a Mortar and Pestle, which you can place on the ground and interact with to open this GUI. Here you can add ingredients from your inventory and grind them up into an herbal mix. A quick disclaimer, this system is incomplete and still has a lot of work before it will be complete, but this is its current state. Each ingredient will have a number of aspects at different potencies, like comfort, fragrance, health, etc. Negative potencies will change the descriptor to a respective opposite, like health turning into illness, or comfort into pain. Each ingredient also has a prominence value that is used to decide what the mix's main ingredient is. So you may be tasked with making a Feverfew mix of health, but we'll have to balance out its negative pain aspect with another ingredient, but you don't want to add too much of the other ingredient or else it'll become the most prominent. I have some plans for how you'll use these mixes for yourself, but I haven't started implementing that yet, so I'll talk about that in a later video. The Mortar and Pestle is actually an older feature I've briefly shown before, but this month I worked a lot on the GUI for this new mixing information. My design philosophy with the game is to avoid plainly telling the player as much as I can, but this system is a bit too complex to leave it up to intuition, so I think it's necessary to make this information visible to avoid frustration. I also want to avoid this being a game that requires a dozen wiki tabs to play. I wanted a few more immediately available ingredients to experiment with in the mixing system, so I added two new plants to the game, Feverfew and White Trumpets. The Feverfew is just a bush object that occasionally spawns additional flowers that can be picked immediately, and you can tear apart the flowers for seeds to grow them at home. White Trumpets are similar, but their flowers only bloom at night, so you'll have to play a bit before you can explore at night and collect them. And their seeds are found by crushing these spiky pods that will sometimes be found near the bushes. Cutting the bushes also has this neat effect of making the flowers fall to the ground. Beyond the herbal mixing system, I also spent some time implementing the dialogue and progression for the first day of the game, which acts as a tutorial for the general object interactions and crafting mechanics. Outside of the regular game, I've also made a nighttime track for the forest area, so now the OST clocks in at a little over 9 minutes with the main theme and day and night tracks for both of the areas currently in the game. For these tracks I'm trying for a sort of Animal Crossing vibe, so hopefully the tracks will do well in the background and not become grating after a lot of playtime. I'll leave you on that note, with the new track playing over some gameplay showing the existing dialogue progression. Join the Discord, subscribe for later videos, and follow me on Twitter. The links are all in the description. Thanks for watching! you.